Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are across the world. Once again, this is the perspective, the corporate perspective, bringing to you matters of politics, economics, and finance, delving deep into issues that are affecting society, issues that needs to be conversed about, issues that needs to be, elaborated, things that will transform our societies and our country to a better place. So, welcome. Before I continue, I would ask us to just go and hit the subscribe button for the new viewers so that once we get a video like this, you are the first person to get a notification about the video. Let us grow together because growth is inevitable and learning is a must for all of us. So, today I want to just continue the topic that I discussed yesterday about the devaluation of corruption. The veracity of corruption. And I want to bring this now in reality, how corruption continues to eat into livelihoods of many families, of many communities. Now, I will continue to use the example of 1 billion shillings. Stealing a billion shillings. What do we lose as a community? What do we lose as a country? Now, yesterday, I showed you how spending 10,000 shillings daily with a billion shillings in your account, you'll end up spending that money for 100,000 days. I scaled that down to 274 years, spending 10,000 every day. There's a reason why I chose 10,000. I went further and said that because an economic postulation, an economic model should be supported by empirical evidence, and empirical evidence must be accompanied by data. So now I also used 100,000 shillings on a daily basis. So if you have a billion shillings and you spend 100,000 shillings daily, 100,000 shillings daily, you will end up spending such money for 27 years. For 27 years. Now, today I want to bring that in a very simple way. I want to be very simplistic so that you can understand what corruption does to communities, to societies, to the country at large. And while we continue to talk about an imaginary per capita income is the GDP of a country divided by the number of people in that country. That gives you per capita income. Now, I want to take a sample of a humble family in Kenya, just a humble family, a normal family, which spends 500 shillings on daily basis. Now, instead of someone who has stolen a billion shillings, spending 10,000 shillings on a daily basis, now let us spread that 10,000 to different families who actually spend 500 shillings on a daily basis. So mathematically, we will just divide 10,000 by 500. 10,000 divided by 500 will give you 20. So that means that 10,000 shillings is enough to support 20 families every day. So that means a billion shillings can support 20 families for 274 years. Crazy? Of course, yes. That is the value that we lose as a country. Do you people know what it means to support a family? Do many people understand and appreciate the value of supporting a family and feeding a family properly? Now, 1 billion will do that for 274 years. You understand that? Fantastic. Now, I'm just assuming that this money is only for consumption, but we know that there are other activities that this money can do. 274 years is a time frame for more than 4 generations of people. Absolutely, absolutely. So that is how we are losing our future generation. Right now, we are doing everything possible to destroy and to lose our future generations through corruption. So when that money is amassed by an individual who has not created jobs, who has not created opportunities, who is not an entrepreneur, who is not an investor, and they just stolen 1 billion shillings from our coffers, the danger that we pose is that we have denied 20 families to enjoy being in the family, a better living for 274 years. That is the disservice that we have done to this family. Probably now this family will have to live from hand to mouth. This family will have to suffer continually for this period of time if nothing happens. That is why we have to end corruption by all means possible. That's why we have to slay the dragon of corruption by whatever means that we use. Because corruption is surely a cancer that will eat into the current generation, tomorrow generation, generation after generation. And that is how we have no excuse but to slay this dragon of corruption. Now, let us go to this someone who is going to steal 1 billion shillings and spend 100,000 daily. So, let us just speak 100,000 divided by 500. You know what, guys? These are 200 families. That's like a whole village. Really, a whole village. So, from the lenses I have, and I know that we can be able to use different lenses, 1 billion shillings is a lot of money to be stolen. And what is now disturbing is that they even don't steal 1 billion shillings. They even steal 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion. How? That is crazy. And so therefore we have to stop this corruption. Because as I said, it's a disease which is terminal, and when not checked, will eat this country in totality. It will metastasise into all institutions, all quarters, all facets of our economy or facets of our society, and that's how we will lose a country. And that's how Kenya will become a country of wannabes, a country of paupers, a country of beggars, a country of 50 billionaires and 50 million poor Kenyans. This has to stop. And it has to stop now. We cannot have an excuse. Thank you. Adios.